The Valkyrian delegation had arrived at the Galactic Council meeting with their usual arrogance. 7 feet tall, muscled like classical statues, with bio-enhanced strength that could crush steel, they were the galaxy's undisputed warrior elite. And they were all female. Earth requests membership to the Warrior Coalition, the council mediator announced. Commander Thyra laughed, a sound like grinding metal. Her silver skin rippled with barely contained mirth as she turned to her sisters in arms. Earth? Those soft creatures who still die from their own diseases, who take 9 months to bear young, who need machines to fly. The other Valkyrian joined her laughter. They'd conquered worlds barehanded, survived in vacuum for minutes at a time, and trained from birth in 17 different martial disciplines. The idea of humans as warriors was absurd. "Send your champion," Thyra declared, wiping tears from her violet eyes. "Let us see this warrior, so we may return home with amusing stories." The council chamber doors opened. The Valkyrian expected powered armor, massive weapons, perhaps some kind of enhanced cyborg. Instead, a single human male walked in wearing simple clothing. No armor, no visible weapons, just a man with calloused hands and quiet eyes. "David Mitchell," he introduced himself. "Construction worker. Part-time rescue volunteer." The laughter doubled. Thyra stood, towering over him by nearly 2 feet. "This is your warrior? A builder? Someone who stacks blocks?" David remained calm. "Ma'am, with respect, you asked for Earth's champion. That's not always who you'd expect." "Show us then," Captain Xeris sneered. "Show us the might of Earth's warriors." David nodded and pulled out his phone, projecting a hologram. 3 months ago, an earthquake hit Turkey. Magnitude 8.1. The image showed devastation beyond description. "I pulled 17 people from the rubble with these hands. For 6 days. No sleep, no enhanced strength. Just determination." The Valkyrian shifted uncomfortably. The hologram changed. "Firefighter. Ran into a burning chemical plant to shut down a valve that would have killed thousands. 3rd-degree burns over 60% of his body. He succeeded." Another image. "Teacher. When gunmen entered her school, she hid 30 children in a supply closet and faced the attackers alone. Saved every child. Tricks and stories." Thyra spat, but her voice wavered. David's expression didn't change. "You're right. Let me show you something real." He walked to the chamber's training area and picked up a standard weight bar. The Valkyrian watched with amusement as he loaded it with weights. Far less than any of them could lift. Then he began. 1 repetition. 10. 50. 100. "Is this supposed to impress us?" Xeris laughed. David didn't respond. 200. 300. His form never wavered. Sweat poured down his face. Muscles trembled. But he continued. 500. 800. The Valkyrians stopped laughing. They were watching something they'd never seen. Absolute refusal to quit. Their enhanced bodies would have made this weight trivial, but they understood. He was lifting with pure will. At 1,000 repetitions, his hands were bleeding. At 1,500, his body shook violently. At 2,000, he set the bar down and turned to face them. "You have enhanced strength," he said quietly. "We have this. The ability to keep going when everything screams stop. A mother lifting a car off her child. A soldier carrying wounded comrades for miles. A farmer working 18-hour days to feed his family. Not because we're strong. Because we must." Commander Thyra stepped forward, studying him with new eyes. The blood on his hands, the tremor in his muscles, the steel in his gaze. This was foreign to her. Valkyrian stopped when optimal performance dropped. This human had pushed far past that point. "Your strength is given," David continued. "Ours is earned. Every human who gets up before dawn for their family, who faces cancer with a smile, who stands between danger and those they love, they're all warriors. We don't fight because we're strong. We become strong because we fight. Every single day." The chamber fell silent. Captain Xeris ran a scan and paled. "Commander, his muscle fibers are torn. Multiple stress fractures. lactic acid levels that should have incapacitated him. He's literally breaking apart and still standing. Thyra knelt, bringing herself to David's eye level, a gesture of respect no Valkyrian had ever shown another species. I understand now. We are warriors by design. You are warriors by choice. That is true strength. As the Valkyrian delegation voted unanimously to admit Earth to the warrior coalition, David finally allowed himself to show pain, sitting heavily on a bench. Thyra sat beside him, her massive frame somehow seeming smaller. "Teach us," she whispered. "Teach us this, Will." David smiled through the pain. First lesson. Sometimes the strongest warrior is the single parent working 3 jobs, or the patient fighting disease with a joke. Strength isn't what you can lift. It's what you can endure. The galaxy's greatest warriors had met Earth's champion. Not a super soldier, but a man who simply refused to stop. And in that refusal, they glimpsed a power their enhancements could never replicate. The unconquerable human spirit.